Hello, everyone at home, for a very special video of Tumbleweeds and Tombstones. This is a special bonus video for a 100th episode. We are all here, including my lovely wife, Miranda.
Hi.
Otherwise known as Adele Barito of Clan Toreador. We have been playing as a group. Not all of us. Some of us are a newer group, like Jeff, our lovely Nos, and even Atris came in as a character later on. But as the most part, as a group, we've been playing for the better part of 100 episodes, a little over 2 years. That is, we've had our little breaks and pauses, life, COVID, marriage, things come up. So we're letting you watch a little bit of reminiscing, and then I have a special gift to my players for sticking with me and playing in this little world that I've created of all my crazy antics and silliness, and we hope that you get to enjoy it. So first, I thought I would like to start this off where we're each going to say what our favorite moment of the campaign is. Now, for some of you at home, a lot of this might be pre-stream, so it'll give you a little peek at some of the shenanigans we got into before we started recording. I'm going to go last because I don't want to steal anyone's thunder and accidentally say someone's favorite scene. So how we're going to do this is we all have D6s.
Somewhat.
Yeah, let me get it.
Everyone is going to roll a D6.
Oh, God. I haven't thought of anything. So
Okay. And whoever goes first, whoever gets the highest number gets to go first. And I'm gonna say if 2 people roll a 6, those 2 people re-roll. So okay, everyone, roll your D6.
Why does the filter blur my dice?
It's an
4.
enigma. All right.
Also 4.
I got a 1.
I got a rock. Okay, so I see a 6 there. Did anyone else besides Lyman get a 6? Okay, so
Did you roll for
Lyman,
Jeff?
Jeff, what'd you get? 4?
Did you roll for Jeff?
Oh, I did. He got a 3.
Oh,
All right.
So okay, 6. Lyman, what was your favorite moment so far of our game together?
We've done so many shenanigans, but okay, so there's always 2 modes for a tabletop, right? There's epic, and then there's Monty Python.
And sometimes, if you're lucky, epic Monty Python.
Sometimes we've had that. We've had a lot of antics and a lot of serendipitous things just align in hilarious ways. But what kind of sticks with me that I don't forget about this ever is this character who was just supposed to kind of move along an auction scene where we needed to work with magical items and infiltrate, ended up becoming this mentor for Wea. His name is Beckett, and he has shown up in some recorded episodes. I don't know what got into your mind, Chad, at that time, but you know, Wea got cursed with having his extra bestial features grow out of him, and was having a crisis about what his humanity actually is or where he's going. And he sought, I don't know if Chad knew what really he wanted out of it, but he sought mentorship and some kind of guidance from this Beckett character who happened to be the only older gangrel that we'd really encountered. And Sean then put together so much design of what Beckett would say and do. And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Sean actually wrote a handwritten letter to Beckett, or from Beckett to Wea, about the situation that Wea finds himself in, with nuggets of wisdom through the mouthpiece of this what was this funny side character with British affects, who we had pissed off in some ways, but who was supposed to leave after that. That entire turn made me so connected to the moral crises affecting us that I just loved it. It really changed how I play.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, Chad, you're welcome to answer if you want, if like what was going through your head at the time of like when you want to seek out Beckett and
Yeah, I'll definitely speak on that. Yeah. So a lot of it, in my opinion, just came like I have a hard time getting into character a lot of the time. So I was most of the time I'm just like, what would Waya do? This is his first ever like body transformation, and it's the huge flaw of the clan. So I know I wanted to make like a semi big deal about it. Um, and definitely, you know, Waya being the moral character out of us all and always constantly living on like the crossroads of what he wants to do versus like what his new life has for him. And in my mind, it made sense to seek out someone who has been through it before, and he's the only other gangrel I think we've met at that period of time. And when we were first introduced to him, we found out that he had those extra features. So I thought it was only right for Way to be like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what to do about this. I'm gonna just go seek out guidance. And Sean, man, really brought it home. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool. But once Sean started like explaining and really getting into it, I almost melted. I was like, holy shit, what did I just open here? Like I didn't realize how deep it was. And that definitely is probably one of my favorite character moments for Wea, 100%. And one of the best, like you said, it brings that moral feeling back into the game of like, oh yeah, we're not just, you know, super strong individuals, we're people who used to be human. And that really brings a big impact, and that's what I enjoy a lot, and that's why I chose to play Whale like this. Is just that constant back and forth creates so much juicy moments. And you know, like I said, Sean really took it out of the park. I'm trying to find the letter right now. I have it somewhere, but if I find it, I'll bring it up before we end the video.
well, I mean, it's really interesting that you decided to ask a Nodus scholar, a vampire that has made his entire existence philosophically and historically pondering what you guys are as beings and what that means about like, do you have souls and what was your existence and your place in the universe? Where do I fit in? And it's like, hey, I've been thinking about this for a couple hundred years too. Let me tell you. So you kind of found the perfect mentor to be like, yeah, I don't have all the answers either. That's why I'm on this path that I'm on. And you're just literally a couple hundred steps back from where I started. So yeah, absolutely. All right. Good things. Did anyone get a 5? We got a 6. Did anyone get a 5 on the roll?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did anyone get a 4?
I got a 4.
Oh, okay. Husband rivalry. All right. So each of you go ahead and roll your D6 again. We'll see what happens.
3.
2.
Okay. So David, you get to go next. What has so far been your favorite moment of Tumbleweeds and Tombstones?
Okay. This, ironically enough, was back in the San Miguel mission when it was probably about maybe midway. It's kind of hard to tell. Things kind of blur together. This was a scene where all of us were in a room. We were either ambushed by the Inquisition or we were surrounded. Unfortunately, I was not playing full time, so kind of the setup is a little hazy. But Walter had rushed in. He was fighting the Inquisition. He was in torpor. They were basically had him by the throat with a sword or whatever. Atris was obfuscated. Patrick was obfuscated. The rest of the group was coordinating to basically try to, kill everyone we could while saving Walter. I really wish I could remember what everyone else was doing, but it came down to perfect dice rolls to basically have Patrick ambush one guard while Atris basically crossbow bolted the other one right into his head to save Walter.
Yeah, no, that was actually, you guys were in the prison, the secret laboratory on the offshoot of the secondary prison that held the supernatural beings, including at the time, Henry. And you were looking for the doctor who had the keys to the cells. and you had stumbled in on where there was like lupine corpses strung up and the skin peeled back to look at like an autopsy kind of thing, and in this like lowered pit where you kind of get the idea that the top ring was like an observing platform where he could give lectures and stuff like that to the other members of the Inquisition. That's where Walter had gone in balls to the wall, and unfortunately had walked right into a trap, as you guys have been making some noise before this, as like all of their trained weapons were like aimed at Walter as he just took a whole bunch of them to the face.
One man battering ram, baby.
Right. And yeah, no, that was a great moment of just, it really, for me, what I really liked about it is it showed why it's so good to have different kinds of characters and different kinds of players in a group, and how well they can play off of each other. Because on one hand, Walter was very much being Walter, but he definitely took some down on his way out and drew attention. And it showed how you, Atris and Patrick, were able to be those stealth characters and kind of waiting for the perfect moment for that assassin. And it was that huge gamble of, okay, if we do this too soon and we're not set up for the perfect hit, then this is going to go wrong. But if we wait too long, at any moment, this guy literally has Walter by the throat, and one of your old companions might be turning to dust in a few minutes.
Now I know Liam was. I know he was doing a rendition of something. Like he was essentially the one actually doing the distracting. And I really wish I can remember.
Legitimately did a spoken word piece with the Gilligan's Island theme song.
Yes, yes, you did. A dramatic reading.
It was just, I guess I don't remember what Adele and where we're doing it. I don't know if you Miranda or Chad, either you remember what we were doing. But it was essentially this really epic group moment where we just came together and just save Walter and killed a whole bunch of Inquisition.
I think Wea had put down his weapons and was kind of doing the, oh look, I'm not being intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Adele
I
had
remember that
whammied
one.
someone. I think she had, because presence is a subtle ability that doesn't really show anyone that it's happening, she was able to get like one of the guards to trust that she was not a threat before she went all stabby shooty at them. But yeah, no, that was an awesome moment. Okay, Danny, I'm gonna say you're next because of the ones. So what was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment, very shortly after we met Noah. It's when we are trying to sneak out of this shady ass tavern, and we end up having a failed frenzy check while we are invisible and having the cone of death up. And Liam just gives up and walks to the door and locks it because he knows we're just going to kill everybody. That's all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No,
that's
that
a
was
good
very
moment.
much a, well, we tried stealth, that didn't work, y'all gonna die.
Like
I was just imagining that scene from like the Kingsman. Manners maketh man.
This is more like, well, we fucketh up.
Very true. All right. Well, I know Noah got a 3. And let's see, we've had Wea, what did you get? What did you roll? 1? Okay. So Jeff, what has been, I know, like I said, you're the newest addition to our happy undead family here. What has been your favorite moment of and actually I do have a question that I've always wanted answered, because I know you've been friends
He's
with
never
Danny
going to get to it,
David
Jeff.
prior to this. How did they pitch this game to you in this crazy roller coaster of a game in such a way they were like, yeah, that's the kind of craziness that I want to get in on?
Well, to answer your second question first, they didn't. I asked them if I could play because I was
Okay.
bored. I was
I feel
looking for a good
I feel no
game.
guilt anymore. You brought this on yourself.
he legitimately, yeah, this was probably about
Yeah,
go
They
ahead.
tried their best to warn me.
Right. Okay, awesome. And your favorite moment then?
So far, I really liked when I got my own ghoul and learning how to interact with him, because he's still human.
They're a little squishy.
Yeah, I'm still being a little bit nice to him. When we get back, I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's see
I
how
mean,
the ranch
nice,
goes.
not counting the psychological torture that you let him go under and Liam had to wipe out. But yeah, otherwise nice.
But yeah, that was kind of part of my favorite part was the psychological torture.
I mean,
It was
it
pretty
is
brutal.
called the World of Darkness for a reason. I mean, it definitely allowed you to dive into those things of like vampires are fucked up. Like,
Yeah, he was ready to follow commands, but then we got a nicer way of going about it.
hey, you tried the carrot, not the stick. So, and honey, you said you want to wait till last. Okay. Then I would say, Chad, you are up next. And for those who don't know, when we first started playing, we all started playing like in Chad's backyard. Like that was the origin of where we started this game.
It was an outdoor game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those simple days, man.
Right?
But I didn't know what we were
Suffering
getting
tonight.
into.
Oh, we would be so cold tonight.
Cold
Yeah.
and windy.
There was so much alcohol like every single game night. It was fucking
Yep, that
great.
ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're
Now it's
sober.
just hidden, I suppose.
Yes.
To get back on track, I think I've said this multiple times to obviously everyone here, but my favorite moment was the train with the chameleon and the defiler.
Ah, yes.
That whole series of just being on the train and having to like kind of like Assassin's Creed our way around
Yeah.
and like be really stealthy with our movements and like mimic being human. That was cool. That whole scenario was really, really cool. We split up. Walter kind of got left hanging a little bit.
Literally.
Yeah. Thank God he survived that. But then finding the little girl inside the wine barrel thingy and knowing all that crazy shit, being grappling the defiler, I think it was, or the
Yeah, because it was after you guys found Adele. The Defiler had been posing as Adele, and then you realized that she was locked in the trunk.
Because
Yeah.
I kept screaming and
You kept screaming and making noise.
or
and
no, I kept
no, because he had sealed your lips.
I kept mentally screaming.
You kept mentally screaming, and they were picking up on it.
They're like,
It was
But
that whole
that-
train sequence was intense.
Yeah, when Wea was able to coax everyone to leave the train car because he said it was getting robbed and it stalled the guy for like 2 turns, and then he ends up grappling him. Then he sees that he ends up killing his mother in like a past flashback, and then the grand finale of that when Wea gets kicked through the wall into like the shitter room of the train. And then he's just like, nah, fuck that. And he uses his claws and he climbs up, and there's that epic battle with the bone creature. And just that whole scene that seems so cinematic to me. Of being on this moving train, like the camera pans and it's just the silhouettes of like this monster bone creature and us fighting, and then Wea gets the final kill and rides them down into the train.
Yeah.
Just that whole thing from start to finish was pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of the arcs where like I couldn't wait to play a game the next week.
Oh, yeah.
That feeling of like, man, I can't wait till Thursday, because there are lulls.
Yeah. In any game.
Sometimes where it's just like, oh yeah, it's game night. Then there are other nights like I cannot fucking wait. And that whole scenario was just awesome. I had no complaints. Everything was just so good.
Great. Yeah, no, that was an awesome sequence of like when you guys had to pretend to be human, like it very much brought in the masquerade part of Vampire the Masquerade, and like then you had the combat and you had the weird spoon thief that you guys decided to fuck with, and everything else. So, and then Lupe and Marshall and all of that stuff, and then Wea and Walter are getting whammied and like their shit getting thrown off the side of the train.
No, that was Walter. Sorry, that was Wea and Atris.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
And all of our shit got thrown off the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of it.
Just came back.
But yeah, no, that was a great sequence. I really enjoyed that one too. Okay, hun. What is your favorite moment?
San Miguel was great, but also it was that little inn that was halfway.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the trading post.
Golden
Yeah,
something.
the Golden
Then
Road
had to,
Trading
like-
Post or something, whatever it was.
Yeah.
That we then had to lie to the son or somebody or a relative.
Someone that knew
A
the
relative
son.
who knew the people. No, it's great. It's fine. But,
Yeah.
it was all unnecessary chaos.
Yeah, no.
And hallways and doors.
Yes.
And just all of it.
Awesome. As a DM, I'll say I have two because I'm DM, so I get to break the rules and say 2 moments. So
I mean, I technically just did.
yeah. So one would be when I summoned wind for dramatic effect. And
that
I
was in my
think
backyard.
honestly it was when you guys were talking with like Murakuro and I was having this big epic spiritual speech
Yeah.
kind of
To
thing.
preface, this is when we were playing in person and we were outside.
What was that, Danny?
So I said to preface, this is when we were in person playing outside.
Yeah. And I raised my hands dramatically, and suddenly this giant gust of wind came and blew all the papers and everything else. And it was like, okay, cool. Eat your heart out, Matthew Mercer. Just like one of those things. But I would honestly say this isn't a specific moment. It's just a feeling that I've gotten multiple times in playing with all of you guys this is a concept that I've had 2 years prior to us playing. It was just a little concept that I had of, oh, wouldn't it be fun to have an Old West vampire game where they started mid-combat? Like that was literally that one little snippet was the whole, everything else sprang from that. And I started writing and I started buying minis and obsessively getting into it. And then finally going, yeah, let's do this. I'm going to ask some people to play, and seeing you guys because I knew I was excited about it. And I think especially because a lot of you guys haven't had either any or a lot of experience with Vampire the Masquerade before you started playing. Seeing you guys have those what the fuck moments and oh my God, and your highs and your lows, but like getting so immersed and playing your characters and enjoying it. Nothing is more, with everything that's been going on with, our personal lives. I mean, some things good, marriage and stuff, but work and everything else and everything going on in the world, having that one little mini universe that we've created together, because I really do see it as collaborative storytelling. It's not just my world, it's not just my game, it's ours because your guys' decisions affect what I write and what I come up with. I mean, hell, Marshall was supposed to be a throwaway character, and now he's the Gould fiance of Adele.
Honestly, none of us could have written it the way things happened.
Exactly. I think just that feeling that I get of like when you guys message me after game and are like, still talking about it and debating things and that involved, that's just a really good feeling of me to see you guys enjoy it and hopefully give you that little bit of healthy escapism once a week.
This kind of tells anyone watching what the feeling is. We started this game as a every 2 weeks kind of a game. That was the expectation going in.
Yeah.
So after session 1, we all looked at each other and were like,
Next week?
it's over. How about next week? You guys just want to go next week? And then that kept happening every game. And we still aren't at the point where we've dropped back to that every 2 weeks thing. Hasn't happened in 2 years yet.
Nope.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 at
And
this point.
actually,
2.5. Like
let's
we
see,
have breaks or whatever, but it's never
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, no, we've stuck with it.
it's not for lack of
3.5
wanting.
3.5 months, and it'll be 3 years.
Yeah. So I guess that leads me into my thank you for you guys. We had unfortunately not for Atris and Noah as they joined after the initial group, but I had a friend of mine, Rich Peroro, do some sketches based on your guys' characters. I was thinking, what better way to celebrate our 100th episode than you gain some updated pictures. Now, there is an artist that Danny and I kind of came across in a Vampire the Masquerade group on Facebook Her name is Katrin Rasmussen, and she's actually from Norway. She's a tattoo artist, really awesome person. I'm going to kick it to Danny for a split second so he can pitch her Instagram account.
I am going to be putting her link to her Instagram bio in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and go do that. But let me go ahead and pull it up here. So her handle is _tail_weavers. She is phenomenal. She does amazing portraitures. They have this really ethereal charcoal feel, and like Sean and I fell in love with her work the moment that we saw it, and the second that she was open for commissions, we pounced.
She has played Vampire the Masquerade as both a storyteller and a player for years. So she's very familiar with the concepts and the clans and everything else. So we really vibed off of each other. I was able to give her very in-depth, like I gave her the celebrity lookalikes that you all had picked and also your character backgrounds. We tweaked things here and there. Everyone at home, if you're looking for some commissions, please reach out to her. Remember to pay artists with money, not exposure, because that doesn't pay rent.
As a photographer, thank you for that reminder.
Yeah.
My exposure paid for my prison sentence.
I'm not talking about your OnlyFans, Danny. The point is that she is an amazing human being. I had invited her to actually pop in on this, but unfortunately, being in Norway, it's like
4 a.m.
it's 4 a.m. now, so she kind of needs to sleep. I'm going to give her the link to this. So, Katrin, I have to say thank you so much. You are an amazing human being. You're an amazing artist. So, guys and gals, we are going to play one more game. Everyone roll your dice to see who gets to see their new character profile first. Jeff, I will roll for you again.
Roll high, roll high.
I got 6, but I feel like if I say that it's cheating, but I got 6.
Jeff, we're being consistent, so 3 for you, 4 for Adele. So did anyone get a 6?
I did.
I did.
Okay.
I
Too
got
bad no one got a
as well.
6.
Oh, okay. So
Freeway.
is that a 6 as well?
It's just not showing.
It's
a
just
3.
upside down.
Okay, so then
that's
I
it.
need Lyman, Chad, and Danny to roll again.
Rochambeau. Oh.
2.
3.
4.
All right, Lyman, you are up first. I'm gonna go ahead and do a screen share.
I only know that Sean was doing this. I have no idea what they look like, and I'm so excited.
Okay, so
Lyman is now battle map.
Looks nothing like Walter.
Lyman, are you ready?
I love charcoal. I didn't know this was happening. I want to see it. Whoa, whoa.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Oh, you weren't kidding about ethereal. I see now.
God, that looks
Wow.
so good.
That's me.
Oh my god, that is some
Wow.
fucking awesome detail.
So we
That's
really,
so
we really
good
talked about it.
for
At first,
me.
she had you with more of like a trim mustache and goatee. I'm like, nah, we got to have the Sam Elliott mustache.
Yeah.
in there.
Walter
And
rocks
like I
facial
said,
hair, man.
This is her knowing that you're a Bruja, her knowing your character's backstory. I shared that with her. And I mean, honestly, other than the facial hair, everything else she got in the first pass. Like,
Dude, that outfit with the gloves. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it looks so
It's
so
like-
time period army.
yeah,
It's
no, I
so good.
definitely, she's very good about doing her research and making sure for different time periods and backgrounds, like she incorporates all of that into the pictures.
Like, look at the pattern that she got on the neck piece. Like,
on the-
I'm staring at the
on
nose.
Yeah.
Like that's incredible
insane.
detail. Like my mind is blown.
And guys, I will be sending these to you, so that way you can have them. You can have them. You can either frame
I will
them
need
or-
them all regardless for
I was
all
about
of our
to
other stuff.
say, we should put them on like one page, like we did the old one.
Oh, I
have
have
the
something
whole
like
lineup.
that. So we,
Oh,
she
okay.
sent that too.
Okay.
So
Well,
no. And for those at home, her rates are extremely reasonable. Like for what she's producing here, I mean, this is professional to the T. And I hope this now makes everyone else excited for what their characters are going to be.
Oh,
no,
I'm so fucking hyped.
I love this.
one.
I love getting to see myself in this way. Now
I mean,
my-
is this what you think of
avatar.
when you think of Walter? Like this is, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You've
Yeah.
seen my
Walter.
source references and
Yeah.
like the direction I kind of veered. Like it's not just Sam Elliott. It's this.
yeah, and that's
Hell
what I
yeah.
like too. She took the inspiration of the celebrity lookalikes, but they weren't just a one-to-one copy paste kind of thing.
Right.
And the great thing about these is we paid for these, so we own these, so we don't have to worry about copyright infringement. So we can show these as much as we want.
Pay them all. Pay them all.
So okay, so that was a 6. Of the other 6s, that was Danny and Chad. You two roll again to see.
No, we all rolled. Chad beat me. He got a 3 and I got a 2. So
Okay, so that means Wea's next.
Dude, I can't wait to see the scarring. Like the scarring on Wei's face, hopefully is gonna. We'll see. I'm just so fucking hyped. Oh my god.
Oh.
Little ears.
Oh, the ears! I just noticed that.
we even
Oh,
got a Sonoy.
Yeah.
So she looked into Cherokee traditional, like what a warrior and someone
Oh
who's
my
more
God.
connected with the spiritual and everything else would be wearing in that time period.
Man, I holy shit.
So you get Sonoy. I made it very. She's like, I don't usually do like pets and so I said, can we just make an exception this one time and make sure Sonoy gets in there, kind of thing, because he's such a part of Wea's character. So you can see the scarring all across his face. You can see the armor and the bracers and just
That tooled
everything
leather
else.
looks
Little,
like
little
leather.
satchel.
There's a little medicine pouch right here, since Wea does have
Yeah.
dots of medicine.
The things I want to point out here are the Wei's eyes, because he has that the glowing eyes flaw.
Yeah.
Wow, that came out so good. Sonoy obviously looks amazing.
And
Best
the hair
Dougie.
just looks so real.
Oh, the
Yeah,
hair looks
you can
so
see every
real.
strand.
How real this detail is. Like it's so fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, I feel like all of these, she just nailed them so
Yeah.
perfectly.
Real quick, when I made Wea, like the idea I had was kind of like Night Wolf from Mortal Kombat. Was, like the
Nice.
base like kind of idea, and then this really just
Oh.
brings it home, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is literally what I envisioned Wea looking like when I first came up with this concept.
Right. So he was very specific with her to make sure she put clothes on him. He was like,
I was like,
he's not shirtless.
right. Right.
Like, how long were we playing before me and Adele were like, wait, he has
Months.
clothes on?
Well,
Like
it was
a
past the
year?
first. It was past the first year. All right, now it's time for Liam.
I'm excited. Ooh.
Ooh.
Why, Mr. Duquesne?
I declare.
So
Oh,
you
she
can
got the
see
shoulder spikes in
here,
there too.
Wow.
the bone
Spikes.
spikes on the shoulder are there, courtesy of Rebecca. You have a little bit of the Nos ugliness on one side of the face starting to peer
Phantom
through.
of the Opera style.
Yes.
I love the boyish look to him. Like he looks
Mhm.
aged, but he still looks pretty young.
That's a dapper looking fuck right there.
Exactly, because I explained to her the whole backstory of like he has that upbringing and he grew up, in Spain and then Louisiana, and like he has that upper class, but he's also that guy that a little bit of that monster needs to peek through, of like he can handle himself in the streets kind of deal. He understands that business isn't all above the table.
Oh, I love it so much.
Dang. I always imagine you with this. What is that? Is it a cravat?
Yes.
This type of.
I don't know. Yeah, kind of like that too. Something up to the neck.
And you can see why he and Adele get along so well with the dress and everything.
Yeah.
But you can see that he's a little bit less of like, it's very fashionable, but it's business fashion, like for the time. Like this is someone that would be in a bank or in a gentleman's club, like
Meanwhile, I'm
really
fashionable just to be an extra as fuck bitch.
exactly. All right, so
Four.
you got 4. Did anyone else get a 4?
Or did
Just
some-
real quick before you switch, I want
Yeah.
to say like the hair, the facial features with the hair and the face, like I can totally imagine like this character dominating someone with that
Yeah.
look and really captivating a crowd. You
What's
know what
funny
I
is
mean?
I feel like it actually has my nose and my lips.
Right? Well, I think she did that because she was doing the whole thing of, okay, it's Castilian Spain, but it's still Spain kind of thing. You're gonna have certain features there.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, this just screams a Ventru who's been fucked over kind of thing. Like,
Who's ready to
And
fuck
under.
everyone else?
yeah. All right, so you got a 4. Jeff, you ended up getting a 3 again. At least I'm consistent with my rolls for you. All right, then and then what did you get, David?
1.
Oh, okay. So
I'm next.
Adele is next.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm looking at hat or boobs, but I
Holy
keep
cow.
bouncing back and forth.
Both
That's
is
how I
good.
like it.
Yes. And see, that was one of the things I really liked. It's still
Beautiful.
period appropriate, but very anyone who does art, whether it be photography, drawing, painting, sculpting, knows that the way you pose someone draws the eyes one way or another. The fact that her hand is going across her
The
chest
chain
with the
there.
chain, it's a way to, you look at her eyes, then you look at her brooch, then you look at her hand, or it's that whole,
No, you look at the boobs first. It's fine.
she's being seductive
Her
without
boobs are
being
down there.
overt about it, which is so Adele.
That's so cool.
I always thought that the brooch would be your cousin.
Yeah.
The
And so you can
cheekbones.
see the fashion there. You can see that seductive femme fatale look she has on her face. Like, definitely
That's a woman
someone
with an
who's been,
agenda.
Yeah.
good at getting information out of certain clients and buttering up
And
certain.
really close to the look-alike without being
Exactly. So I thought that that was a great match.
Yeah.
I just say
man.
the feather,
Yeah.
the feather in the cap,
Mhm.
For
the
me, it's-
line.
those-
Or my God.
This is just amazing.
What were you
the-
saying, Chad and Lyman?
I was gonna say the cheekbones with the eyelashes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that really drives it home.
Absolutely. All right. I think next is our newest member, Noah. His first character picture.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at these Nos
Right.
features.
My guy goes hard.
That vest though, dude.
Like it just
That
looks like
vest.
real fabric.
Yeah, no, it looks like
Yeah.
like she got a model and took photography of.
Took a photograph?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
made sure
Photography.
at first she had it where you didn't have the mutton chops and the outfit looked a little bit more like Fester Adams. So we had it, we kind of did a version 2. I said, 1, he has to have his mutton chops. The shovel has to be incorporated in there in some way. And I mean, I always saw him in more of like the vest with the undershirt because he's a gravedigger kind of thing. And she made sure that it was good and wrinkly and everything else. It's not really well taken care of. He's a down in the dirt kind of guy.
He's
And
ugly
he kind of
enough.
has that look
I
of
love
you
it.
really want
Ugly
to try
enough.
this kind of thing. Like, because he has that strength where he knows that he can crush a guy's skull or
But also, I'm tired.
right like that.
Can we not?
Right.
It's just so hard to break a guy's nose when it's flat against his face like that. Ooh,
Right.
I love it.
And so you have that Nos ugly, this is what, Noah looks like when he doesn't have Mask of 1,000 Faces up. So,
I have
Uh,
to say he does look like an Undertaker character.
Yeah.
you would see in a Western like that. Wow, it looks so good. The ear, look at the ear detail, man.
yeah, that
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
rodent, bat, rat ear kind of thing. Like,
For that matter, check out the
Jeff,
veins on his
Jeff,
hand.
you have your first official profile picture.
Yeah, the veins on
I
the hand.
love it. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to have you send this to me.
Oh yeah, you're
The
each
background.
getting, yeah, and Danny, I'll send you all of them. So, all right. Well, last but certainly not least, Atris, are you ready for yours?
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. Oh my God. That is amazing.
So I made sure that a lot we talked, she and I talked a lot about like making sure that the culture came through of that like Atris was
Oh,
raised
yes.
in Constantinople kind of thing, and in a brothel, so she's got to have that allure to her, but also this is someone that she's of the warrior class of the Bata Hakim. Like this is someone that can take care of herself and knows how to handle business.
Beautiful
Like-
and deadly.
So you've got that leather armor because it's all about stealth and mobility and everything else. You've got the more culturally appropriate headdress and everything else, but also the hood that you can pull up and hide your identity a little bit more when you're not obfuscated, when you know that your attack is going to make you visible, but you still don't want your appearance there. But maybe when she does want to wow someone with her face, she's got that beauty there. You got the saber coming out from behind the back so she can pull it and do her thing.
Trusty sword.
And of course I had to put the crossbow, make sure that that got in. So you can just see, and I like that you can just see all, and like her jewelry and just everything else that you can see that she's, and her
It's so
pouches
good.
where she can have all her equipment and things like that.
It's so good. It's so amazing. Oh my God. She's perfect.
Like
So,
you can't see
and-
the scimitar, but you can see the scimitar handle.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
And like you can see some jewelry on her too. So again, she's been making some money for herself. She has the cultural things, maybe a gift from like someone from her past kind of thing, maybe her original brothel or her sire, or you know, something.
My Turkish warrior.
a few things too is you can, with the mouth slightly open like that, you can see like the vampiric fangs just
Yes.
a tad,
Yeah.
and that adds so much to it. Or like I always had the idea like when shit started to hit the fan or something, Atris put the like the bottom part of her attire like over her face or something like that. And with this, I can totally imagine that happening.
Right.
Totally still like stay true to what the character would look like even under a mask.
It's amazing. It's the everything about it is so good.
It is. It is.
Oh my god, I love them all. They all came out so good.
So for everyone at home and for all of us here, here are the Obsidian Six Spurs.
Oh my God.
The lineup together looks so good.
They're really that good. They're really amazing.
So I this is my gift to all of you. And once again, Kettering, thank you so much for making this possible. We owe you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Maybe we'll
Thank
get to
you.
do future work. Maybe some of the NPCs will get to get their pictures.
I thought you would have one because you kind of have one when we did our pictures.
Yeah,
of
but
our
I couldn't
characters.
really decide of like who would be like me as like the, you know, storyteller.
I just thought it'd be like a shaded, well-dressed, like kind of like the figure who messed with like coin and like kind of mess
Maybe
with like,
I'll
time.
maybe I'll
I
have
think
her,
that would be cool, dude.
yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll
was
have
assume-
her do a old west. Maybe I'll have her send one of those pictures that Miranda took and Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you should.
I just assumed
because
Sean
that
would be
look
like
sick.
one body part of each of the generals on his face.
There we go. Some kind of Tiamat shit. All right, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and end this video and we're going to start our actual episode. everyone, I hope you like them. I hope you understand that this is just me saying thank you so much for playing with me. Thank you so much for.
Phrasing.
I meant what I said.
And he said what he meant.
Yes. The GM is loyal 100%. But I'm looking forward to more years of playing together, seeing where this story goes. I definitely have a lot more written if we want to continue down this road. And I hope this helps all of us really visualize, like when we're thinking about these characters and when we're embodying them, this is who we're talking about and this is who we're playing.
I just want to keep
So-
staring at Atris.
Right.
She's
I need
beautiful.
this as a background so bad.
All right, everyone. So we're going to say thank you for joining us for our 100th episode. We're going to start playing in just a few minutes and we'll start that
Thank
on
you,
a separate
Katrine.
episode.
Thank
From
you
all
again.
of us. Again,
you.
we'll have that link to the Instagram account. Please check out our wonderful artist and thank you everyone at home. And we love you. Keep your fangs and your wit sharp and we'll start playing soon.